So there seems to be this new game that's coming out by Andrew Gower, which is called Bright Shores. Now, if you don't know who Andrew Gower is, he was the one of the OGs of Runescape back in the day. And I just want to talk about this new game that's coming out called Brighter Shores. It does look like a interesting game. As you can see from the Steam page, it's coming out in Q3 2024. It doesn't specify the exact month or exact date yet, but I'm sure we'll get that information soon. But the synopsis is that it's a Brighter Shores is an all new adventure from let's scroll back up from award-winning MMORPG designer Andrew Gower. It is an enchanting point-and-click style RPG, so similar to RuneScape in that sense that that's a point-and-click one, but there is some differences to this. But he's got with hundreds of hours of gameplay set in the lands of magic and mysteries, with a huge number of professions to try and something new to find around every corner. And well, it does sound interesting, but it does sound very much like RuneScape in a way, very RuneScape-esque. But that's not to be surprised in the fact that obviously it's Andrew Gower that's created it, and RuneScape was one of his OGs. So no issue there. Let's go watch the trailer for a moment.
Oh, so you want to join the Hopeport Town Guard? Then here's what you need to know. We're not just about fighting fire toads. We also investigate potential threats and help out the people we meet. All recruits will learn how to use magic, alchemy.
So as we can see here, I'm just going off by the images here. It says brewing plus 10 Persian strength. So this shows that there's some sort of interactive crafting involved with the game, and this is in terms of brewing Persians. So that seems to be interesting. There seems to be 4 different types of devices here that is probably going to be used as part of this crafting process. So of course, when you look at old school RuneScape, obviously a fantastic game. I play that game myself a lot, but the crafting process is quite simplified in the sense that of course you click on a Persian, an unfinished Persian, you click on a herb, you create something. Whereas this looks more interactive, like there's 4 different things here that's going off all at once. We don't even know if this means that there's going to be like duo skilling involved. The fact that 2 people can like skill together and craft items together in like an interactive way as well. So that might be interesting and see how they do that as well. Let's carry on with the trailer. But this seems quite interesting. It does have a stop symbol here at the end, so I assume that there's some kind of AFK ability in some of the skills or some of the activities, the ability to put it on and kind of have it on as a second monitor type of game where you don't have to pay attention to it all the time. Again, similar to RuneScape in that sense. My worry about this is I hope it's not too idle. I feel like in any action, I think you should have to come back at least every minute or so, or 30 seconds to do another action. And also there should be a mix of like crafting activities that are maybe more AFK, but others that are actually more interactive, which this looks kind of that way, but we'll see. We don't know everything about this game. It's just been announced, the trailer, and the individual, Andrew Gower, has been working on this for 10 years. Let's carry on with the trailer.
And whatever this thing is, you will...
Yeah, what is that thing? Let's go back. A TEA machine. Okay, so it seems like there's some kind of a extraction of rocks of some kind here. So that's, again, an interesting, manufacturing experience, I suppose, of parts of skilling. So I really like the aesthetic as well. Like these machines, they look so cool.
You will also be trained in essential...
So you see 2 people there cutting a tree. So does that mean we're going to, again, have duo skilling? So wood cutting where 2 people, you've got 1 person either side, And I don't know, maybe there's some kind of skill mechanic there where you've both got to pay attention, and you both cut trees together. So that could be interesting, because there seems to be two people there. Or is it even possible to cut a tree with one person? Is it maybe more effective to cut with two people with a specific action for the actual tree? I know, of course, in old school RuneScape, they did have like the introduced forestry and then activities with it, but that didn't change the action of the tree itself. It was like activities surrounding the tree. It seems like with this game, the activities are within the actual cutting of the tree, which is kind of interesting.
Survival skills like fishing, blacksmith.
Fishing. So I mean, does that mean there's going to be? Because that doesn't look like a fish you can catch, right? So does that mean that like bossing is going to be involved with fishing? You know, you can't just AFK fishing. There's going to be like creatures that you end up being involved with, and also this looks like some kind of like shaft, like crafted, you know, like wooden plank. There's a game on Steam, I've forgotten the name of it, but it's like a survival game where you're just on like a wooden plank, like big piece of wood, and you know, you're in the middle of the ocean and you kind of got to survive. I've forgotten the name of it. Someone will probably remind me in the comments. But I mean, that kind of gives me that kind of vibe. Is that you're going to be able to build these massive planks with the wood cutting skill or that they have, or the equivalent from RuneScape. Build these kind of makeshift kind of shafts and go out into the world and fish as you kind of float along and hope to not get eaten by these monsters, I suppose. Maybe that's an element. Again, this is all speculation, by the way. This is not for definite. I'm just giving my sort of thoughts on it.
Blacksmithing. And
again, blacksmithing. So this is obviously, in RuneScape's called smithing. And this seems to have the similar anvil areas here. I don't know, some kind of prospecting type stuff going on here. Maybe for like jewellery and things. But yep, so it seems to have that skill, which is good.
assembling dinosaurs. So, set sail for brighter shores today.
You have to take a look at that. Is this some sort of puzzle? I didn't like puzzles into the game. And I don't know, maybe they're a version of Clue Scrolls. Yep, so there we go. Andrew. That's the end of it. Yeah, Andrew Gower's Brighter Shores, it's called, the game. So let's just read a little bit about it. So I've read this part here, so let's go into the next bit. As a newest recruit in the Herport Town Guard, you are looking to make a name for yourself. This soon turns out to be a more challenging role than you had anticipated, with a strange storm raging over the harbour and unrest from the local goblins. Straight away, I mean, this has got, like, I suppose, inspiration from RuneScape in that sense. Like, straight away, you know, you're going to face some goblins. But it does look interesting. It's got its own unique style to it as well, like the way that it looks. It's got its own unique style. So it's interesting. There is a worry that it's going to be too much like RuneScape. You want it to have its own identity, its own way of doing things, its own kind of story, which it seems like it's going to have as well. But to hark back to the systems of old school RuneScape, some of these stuff that actually works. Why switch? Why change what's not broken, so to speak? So I don't mind them using old school RuneScape, like maybe set certain like systems or different ways of like thought with it, like ethos. But at the same time, I want it to be its own thing, its own game. Which it will be. I mean, Andrew Gower has been working on it for like 10 years, apparently, and he's building an engine as well with this game, its own engine in its own developed game with that. So, which hopefully will be interesting. Hopefully, with building its own engine, what that means for updates. Does that mean updates are going to come out much more quickly? Is that going to streamline the process? What does the new engine mean in terms of the content in the game? These are the sort of things that we need to know about, but we don't know yet. This is early days. So you will discover powerful magic sources and become one of the legendary classes of old. Cryo Knight, Guardian, or Hammer Mage. Whoops, sorry, it's playing again. Hammer Mage, which is fortunate because something is corrupting the deepest reaches of the nearby Hope Forest, and the only way through the strength of your new found powers will you be able to deal with it. So you can see some images of this guy. Looks kind of cool. Yeah, so this is cool. I'm hoping that you can switch between the different legendary classes. I hope you're not locked to one, but if not, it's not the end of the world. I can see why they might decide to do that, but I just don't put with their games. I hate it when they put restrictions and stuff on them. So that's why I like old school RuneScape. There's no restriction. Learn a diverse range of professions: so fisher, forager, and chef, woodcutter, miner, and alchemist, stonemason, merchant, blacksmith, and many more. So you can see that there's all sorts of different professions. So there's a lot of variety there. There's also some that are not in RuneScape, and hopefully that's just a preview of the ones that are going to be available. There's going to be more in the future. Different looking monsters to kill. I like the way these look. This looks fantastic. Okay, and then the premium pass. Now I'm going to go into another video about this on whether the game's going to be pay to win or is not going to be pay to win, because as I know, Andrew Gower is very anti pay to win, so it won't be. But I do want to kind of do a separate video on that and to talk about this area here. So if you're interested in that, do subscribe to the channel. I've named this channel Brighter Shores Central. So, and what that means is all of the videos on this channel are going to be about Brighter Shores. So if you are interested in this game in any way, I'll bring you the latest updates and news or any information you need to know about this game. So make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that I'll bring you the latest information and up to date to the day information, shall we say. If I hear some news, I can't necessarily make a video 30 minutes later. It depends what I'm doing, but I'll try to be as up to date as possible and give you the latest information about this game. So thank you for watching. I'm really excited. Overall, I'm really excited about this game. It's going to be very interesting. So thanks for watching, and hopefully you can tune in to my next Brighter Shores video.